It's Turbo Day. This is how it showed up. Made in Canada. So I don't know if the Garrett factory's in Canada or if Mala actually makes these things. But I got some new bolts because it needs new bolts. I snapped them all. Comes with a little oily guy and a bunch of seals. So everything but that cone for the exhaust. And then a buddy of mine let me borrow his Smiley wrench, just snap on one, so it'll help putting these things on. It comes packed in foam. I already checked it out, made sure it's right. Well, at least it looks right. So see how long that takes to put in the dark, but I don't think it'll be long. I also got new tubes. So I went with a Dorman for the drain tube because cheaper, and it's just a drain tube, and a Mopar feed tube. So there it is. I guess I should check that they look like the, yeah, they look the same. Should be good to go, right? Not M for Mercedes. It looks like I will have to reuse the gasket thingy on there, I think. It goes on the exhaust side. Yeah, I'm going to pull that thing off. If that leaks, I might need to get a new one. Probably supposed to get a new one. I didn't even think about it. But we're not going to wait. So I'm taking it off. Totally so I can bring it to the store and make sure I get the right size. I would never dream of putting this on my brand new turbo and driving it. So let's just make that clear. This is only so I can make sure I get the right part. I couldn't help but notice that no heat shield, right? So this heat shield, I cleaned all the oily nasties off of it, gets sandwiched, not like that, like this, right? So big hot area, bunch of plastic. You have to have this, pretty much have to have it. I don't think this actuator would do well over time. Don't pay attention to that old ring on there. That's just to make sure that it's the right size. So that's all the movement I really have. There's not a whole lot up and down, and the arm, the vane arm is barely moving. That's just not going to affect anything at all. It's going to be fine. All right, I'm much happier with that. Right, have this big air gap, so this will get this hot, which will in turn still get this hot, but you know, no radiant heat off of this, so that'll make it last a lot longer. Should clean that up, see how it looks, but we're mostly ready to go. Now, if I remember right, dude on the forums mentioned that putting the drain in, but kind of so it can wiggle a bit, makes it easier to line up with the hole in the block. And then you just reach up from underneath and tighten those down. So we'll give that a go. I gotta add on brush upgrade for the old gal. So this definitely makes it, oh, there's an E-clip from my old actuator. I should keep that. Flood it down into the abyss, never to be seen again. A wise man once said, soak all your parts in kerosene, especially if they're near the exhaust. I think got a little beat up. That's okay. There's a lot of slop in this too, but I'm not going to tighten this top down. Oh, enough it doesn't slide all over the place, but these should be pretty close to each other, if I remember right. So I hope it goes that way. Yep. Okie dokie. That should be all oily and gooey down there, so I bet it would pop right in place. Put it on this one dry. Okay, maybe. Alright, it's family friendly. Check this out. So here's the gasket that was on the resonator that I took off, and here's the one that this came off. It seems to be a little bit thicker, so I'm going to use that one instead. I think this other one's sealed, but yeah, bigger the better. Same thing, the feed line gets a brand new O-ring. And the hole itself is oily, so I don't think I need to bother with like O-ring lube, but maybe I will anyway. Let me find that stuff. I don't know, it's like especially on the feed line, you'd hate to have a leak and have it get low pressure because something sliced itself, so Be a little generous. Yep, that's going on last anyway. We'll be ready. Same thing. We'll get this one. Jeez, I'm gonna lose those bolts. I keep acting like that. It's the good stuff. It's nice and dark out, so I'm gonna try to plan ahead. Okay, so oil hole to the right side of the alternator cable, and then the brackets below it, basically like straight below it. I should be able to figure that out. And then I just scrape that surface with a razor blade, make sure it looks okay. Oh good, that light's flickering, that'll make it easy. One of the problems is that I can't see where the oil drain goes with the turbo. It's really not like super intuitive. Unfortunately, it's not heavy either. Come on. Let's see. Rotate. Oh, I can see it with the flashlight. That's close. Oh, it just popped in. It was only that easy all the time. All right, so I think, don't think do. Yeah, I think I can slip that gasket and the bolt in. It might be hard to see on camera, but especially with the epileptic light, it doesn't really work either. Oh shit, I got it started. Okay, I'm gonna get a wrench, get that in a little further. Then I just need to rotate the gasket into place, get the other two started so we know they're on the threads and we can go for it. Alright, it's working at night. I mean, I kind of like it because it's quiet, nobody bothers me. Like when I work during the day, oh yeah, oh that fits tight. It's a 1/2 inch, not a 13. But that's gonna be great. See, reaching back to get that bolt. Oh, it's gonna be just a joy. This one I don't really need this. Just wanted to show it off, I guess. Ow, my elbow hurts. I can get an easier wrench. That's better light. My LED was having a complete freak out, so maybe I'll toss that one and go for a different setup. You know, just get some new ones. They weren't that expensive. I think they were 20 bucks for the pair at Costco. Because it said Caterpillar on them. But, yeah, put some bolts in. It's going to be great. We'll just be up in the middle of the night, and then I'll drive it to work tomorrow and see how much boost it makes. Alright, with that one bolt most of the way in, there should be enough gap. Yeah, that gasket just swings right in place. It's almost perfect. Oh, and then these are M8 by 1.25, and they're 25 millimeter long. So, and they're grade 8. Well, 8.8 because they're metric, which is kind of interesting that people online say grade 8, even though they're not exactly the same standard. Urgh. Wow. See, this makes me really glad that these snapped when I took them off. And that one, it's not threading yet. Come on, buddy. Nope, still not going in. It's, ooh, come back up here. So maybe I need to twist this a little. Oh yeah, there. I felt a little click. And now it's starting. But it's like impossible to spin by hand. You need like the perfect angle. Okay, Got my double jointed pliers hanging under the head of it because they're a little bit curved. All I gotta do is get it. Fuck you. Really? Ah. I mean, what do I expect, right? Second time's a charm. I'm confident in this method. I think it was just a little too aggressive, maybe. So, nope, definitely just stupid. Shit. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, try a magnet. I think that's how the saying goes. This thing's so floppy. It doesn't help that these holes are all like rusty and tight. So, oh shit, it's gonna stick to everything I touch. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Maybe I can stick my finger in there now and push on it. No! Really, buddy? Even with a magnet, it's fucked up. At least it holds the washer on. I just need, like, it's so easy for them to snap out if I like squeeze too tight or get too like too close to thinking it's gonna actually stay. No. Yes. Stupid paper kids out there making out in their cover. They're so dumb. This is the guy that dropped a bolt 3 times. Okay. Pry bar. Yeah, I pushed it in. There we go. So now we're past whatever kind of rusty nasties were in the way. I don't know if I'll be able to actually spin it without a wrench, so this could just take me 400 years to get this one bolt in. Super aggravating. I mean, it's going in, right? So that's good. When it's like, take my smiley wrench, figure out how to get it on the top with my sore ass hands. There it goes. Give it a 1/12 of a turn, wiggle it off, rinse and repeat. I was able to get a ratcheting 13 in there for a little bit, but it starts to bind up on the sides as it gets in further, so using that SOL. But this is starting to get actually tight. It's drawing up the bottom, and that one's got a gap. I want to draw these up kind of evenly just to make sure we don't end up with a leak. Well, I didn't say anything, so it's going to get normal banjo bolt torque setting, which is, oh hey, right there it's tight and it's copper, so that's probably sealed. And we'll just watch it. Yeah. So now I got to find a bolt for that top one. So that was an M10, right? I wrote an E10, not M10. M10 would be a huge bolt. But this is that butt head that needed the swivel on it, or else it wouldn't even come out. So hopefully I can get it to go in easily. I come now all of a sudden I got the camera there and I can see everything really easily. So I don't know what the hell was wrong with me before. Oh yeah, that started up nice. That's a O-ring around the radial, so this doesn't need to be like super torqued, just enough that it's not gonna like vibrate out or something nuts. I'm just guessing on what the camera can see because I can't tell from here. Fuck, where'd I put? Oh, my wrench is all the way over. Come here. Yeah, I got it. Okay, so it looks like one of those drain bolts is really easy to get to, and the other one not so much because it's on the other side of the line. So if I had the alternator out, it'd be a cakewalk, but one kind of snug. And yeah, butthead, that doesn't reach at all. Whoever thought that was a good idea can suck my balls. Shitty, that sucks. Maybe. I mean, it has to happen because I'm not taking any of this back out. And if I don't tighten it down, it's gonna look awful. I pre-angle it, and then like, come on, butthead. I'm gonna get my not impact swivel because that one can be more aggressive. There's no space for my hands. There we go. That's the, oh, it was going. There we go. I don't know how tight it needs to be. With the swivel, it's hard to tell, but I'm gonna err on the side of too much because of Mark. Oop, come on, camera. Now we don't need you, although you've served us well and deserve the highest honors. Okie doke. You ready to go to school, Harrison?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why did I put my password in? It's fucking stupid. Alright, it's formula for success. Get a big white van, put a small child in it, and then drive like a bat out of hell to test your turbo. Crappy idle. So we get live data going before we're on the road. So good. The van's been driving great. I really should have my headlights on in the rain. There we go. And it, I mean, first and second gear are comical. Like, it has no business doing what it does. I know it's empty, but it's heavy. Like, it's a heavy van, and it just scoots. So there's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there's 3 more stops before I get home. So hopefully I'll be at the front of a red light in one of them and check it out. Okay, it's been, well, not that many drives, but enough drives to know that it's not under boosting, so I think we're good to go. Got the seats moved back. Me and Grant are going to go riding, so that's my bike rack for now until I get the rear doors situated, that kind of thing. And really, season's coming to an end, so I don't know how much I worry about bike stuff in the van as opposed to fixing water leaks and things. Ooh, that's a little Caterham 7, whatever that kit car is. We can catch them with this race van. Shift. Maybe I'll clean that contactor plate. Yep. The guy pulling out of the neighborhood cut me off, otherwise I'd have a good view of that little kit car up there. I think it looks small enough that if I had the proper ramp set up, I could fit that in this van. Which would be kind of cool. Just like pull up and slide a car out of the back. There we go. This dickbag's turning, so now I can go catch that guy. It's so little. It's like a go-kart. I've seen it drive by a few times. The plus side of living on this road video of whatever I fixed, right? But for now, it's just done. I can get my truck for sale and move on. Oh, he's turning in the parking lot. He must not want to go any further. Look at that little guy. That's so cool.